All right, good morning, everybody. I don't think nobody's on here yet, but still yet. Today, I've quite literally fished this spot my whole life and have never caught a crappie out of here until today. So, my belief this whole time that there is not a crappie one in here is proven wrong. Because right here's a crappie. And decent little crappie, to be honest with you. I was hoping somebody'd be on here so they could see it, but here we go. One crappie. So I guess I just learned something new about this place that I never knew. Yeah, fished in this lake my whole life, have never caught a crappie. And like the second cast this morning, just playing around with a spinnerbait, caught a good crappie actually. If y'all just joined us, I literally just threw it back, so you kind of missed it. But literally, never in a million years thought there was crappie down here. Never caught one out of here. Then I'm bass fishing, and we catch us a crappie. Completely caught me off guard. Was not expecting that. Although I may throw a spinnerbait a little bit more now. I want to find somewhere out of this grass. There's just too much grass right here for it. It's literally just a little lunker hut spinnerbait. I mean, nothing special about it. Didn't expect to catch a crappie off of it because, as I said, I never thought crappie was in this lake because I've never ever caught one. But apparently today's the day, huh? But normally with crappie, where there's one, there's more. So I was going to throw a couple more casts. Still cannot believe I caught a crappie out of here. I fished here literally my whole life and never thought there was a single crappie in here. Then I come down here bass fishing on a cold morning and bam, there you go. There's just so much grass in this spot. Swing around here. Yeah, I'm trying a different view this morning, folks. I wish I'd had the camera on. Well, I mean, you go back and watch this video, you'll get to see it, but it was right after I caught it when I started the video. God, there's just too much grass in here. I said we go from try fishing this wall, because we literally never fish over there. And then we'll head back in here where we was going to go from the get-go and see what's going on there. It's a good cool morning. It rained some yesterday and last night. I think it was about 59 degrees. It's chilly, I will say that. And there's crappie in my lake. Never would have in a million years dreamed that. So as I said, I've fished down here my whole life and I've never caught one before. Just so everybody knows, I'm not big on a spinnerbait. I will throw one from time to time. I've always been a finesse fisherman myself. I figured since I'm down here, literally had one tied on from trying it the other day. Might as well give her a go. Because you never know when there might be a crappie you never knew existed. Hit it. Also picked up some of the Googan, I think they're called boob tubes or something. I can't remember what they're called. I know it's a Googan tube. Figured we might try those today as well. I think I got them laying here. Yeah. Or no, my bad. They're called dube tubes. I don't know where my mind's at, in the gutter, I guess. Anyway, Ollie's had them, so at that price, I figured, hey, why not? Here we go. You know, I've never been a tube fishing person, but I'll try anything a time or two. I guess we'll go ahead and work our way back up to the other part of the lake that we normally fish. Because like I said, when I do catch fish on this side, it's few and far between, and magically there's a crappie. Still can't believe that. Literally fished here my entire life and not once ever caught a crappie, and then boom, there you go. I will say one thing, folks, it is on the chilly side down here. Big time on the chilly side. Oh, and as always, make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you would. This other part that we're going up in, sorry. It's gonna be up this way. But anyway, this other part we're gonna go up into has always been a good spot to fish. You know, every year prior to this one. So I don't know why it would be any different this year. I'm sorry, sorry about the camera view, folks. I tried doing it the other way, but y'all can't literally see. You can see me, but you just don't see what I'm doing, so kind of defeats the purpose. I figured, you know, it's a double positive. You ain't having to look at me, plus you can see how we're fishing. So we're gonna go this route. It's the way I used to do them all the videos, so figured we'd go this route again. And I really hope the live feed or whatever ain't sucking. Because, like I've said before, I'm kind of out in the middle of nowhere here, so the service is what it is. It's terrible. The water's, well, I mean, you can tell by everything being so foggy, the water is surprisingly warm still yet. Even though we've had all these low, cold temperatures, just like we're having yet again today. We'll work our way up around here real nice and slow. Who knows, maybe we'll catch a fish while we're doing it. Oh, sorry about the wonderful camera work yet again. What on earth is that? Is that a dead beaver or something? What is that? Curiosity's gonna get the better of me as always. Or is that like a hornet's nest or something maybe? What on earth is that? It looks like hair on it though. What in God's green earth is that? It's definitely an animal. That's a beaver. Considering they don't just randomly die. Okay. I know there's a lot of beavers in here. I guess somebody's took it upon themselves to kill one. I'm sure that's illegal as they come. Well, I hate it. I mean, I know they're aggravating, but I'm not going to shoot one myself just to be doing it. Well, we ain't gonna get too close because it looks like he's been dead for a little bit. Yeah, it's definitely a beaver. You can see his tail right there. Wow. Yeah. Okay. I highly doubt it. Maybe it was natural causes got him. I don't know. My money would be on somebody probably shooting him. I don't know when beaver season is, but I'm pretty sure it's not right now. Seems like an illegal game kill to me. I mean, it could be beaver season. Who am I to talk? I think it's September. Today's the 2nd or the 3rd. Well, this is live, so whatever day it is where you're at, it's obviously the same day it is here. Still can't believe somebody shot that beaver. He's a big old beaver up. Sorry if you're all commenting. I'll try to comment back as I can. I'm in a John boat and there's a breeze, so if you've got a John boat, you know what that means. Have fun trying to drive. And as I said earlier, if you don't mind, like, share, subscribe. Don't cost you anything, and it's the cool thing to do. Today's already been a eventful day. Like I said, just caught a crappie and never thought my entire life there's a crappie one in this lake and catch one like the second cast. Now we just come across a beaver somebody's had to have shot. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm guessing somebody shot. We'll throw a spinnerbait a little longer. Like I said, I'm not real big on spinnerbaits, but if I can get a bite on anything, I'll fish anything. Beautiful morning though. You see all the fog rising where the water temperature's quite a bit warmer than the air temperature today. It's 59 degrees. And if I was a betting man, I'd say that water's about 65, anywhere from 65 close to 70. So, I mean, I guess the spinnerbait makes sense. I would assume they'd be chasing bait at water temperature like this. Actually, I would imagine the cooling temperatures, in theory, should help the bite. I prefer finesse fishing, so we'll have to see how it goes. Try and get them chase after bait. But I mean, to me, if the crappie are hitting spinnerbaits, then apparently the small bait fish are active and they're chasing bait. So we'll keep on throwing this little spinnerbait for a little while. Like I said, I caught a crappie. Literally have fished here for 25 years at least and have never caught a crappie out of here. That's the reason I've always said I wish somebody would stock crappie here. Well, apparently they've always been here. I just didn't know how to catch them. It's a perfect lake for crappie. You know, we're coming out of summer right now, and it's been a pretty warm summer most time. It's so hard not to revert back to fishing with, you know, any kind of finesse bait. So you have no idea how hard I'm wanting to throw a creature bait or a, well, we didn't snag something, but we ended up losing this bait. Yeah, y'all have no idea how much I want to go back to either throwing a creature bait or a ribbon tail worm or something. Hopefully we get our spinner back, because I think it's the only one I even brought. Oh yeah, we're good people. Although I will probably change up that color. I got some of these Googan saucy swimmers. I went and picked up a couple of those while I was there. And about the same size as the little paddle tail we got on here now. Just a different color. Actually, yeah, we really might go to that shortly. Because these really do have good action. And that's a pretty nice color, to be honest with you. But I figured if we already caught a crappie on this, we'd fish with it just a hair longer. We'll kind of troll up through here. Nothing happens much for us. We will throw back on some kind of a finesse bait. It's just, it really does seem like they should be chasing bait today. But like I said though, when you fish somewhere a million times and you kind of figure them out to a certain extent. It's hard to break yourself from that. All right, we're just gonna kind of coast right here for a minute. Overlook my piled up boat, y'all. I'm truly, truly fighting going back to throwing a ribbon tail. This is a beautiful little lake. The thing I like about it, there's where you're not allowed to have any gas motors in here. It's only, you know, trolling motors and kayaks is all you see in here. So the water always stays relatively calm unless you've got crazy wind. And if you've got wind crazy enough to not be able to fish in a john boat, well, you shouldn't be out here anyway, because you ain't gonna be able to control a john boat with a trolling motor. Kind of hoping for it to stay overcast a little. I'm gonna go pick up some of the Zoom horny toads. This time of year, I really need to be fishing topwater. It's just all the topwater baits I've got's a little too rowdy for here, where it's such a quiet lake. Literally, I've thrown whopper ploppers out here left and right and not get a bite on them. They're just, a whopper plopper here is so loud you'll hear it echo. This little lake here, it's so small. And I mean, there's just enough current to keep the water nice and clean. Other than that, I mean, there's not even no current here. So any kind of movement's well easily heard. And if, like I said, if you don't mind, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We'll keep doing these silly little videos. Nothing else. You probably ain't gonna learn nothing from it, but you'll see what I'm using. You'll know to either use it or not. We were just slowly trolling up through here. And the crappie hit this little spinner bait, but I don't know if the bass are gonna be on it today or not. Need to get my butt a little closer to that bank, to be honest with you. It's a beautiful morning out here, folks. Of course, everyone where above ground is, right? It's a lovely little lake. And in case y'all don't already know, we are in southern Kentucky. I'm roughly about 10 or 12 miles from the Kentucky-Tennessee state line. So we're not fishing for Florida bass, unfortunately, but we got plenty of spot and largemouth. Just highly doubtful it'd be anything quite as big. Well, I know you ain't gonna catch nothing as big as you would down in Florida and Alabama, South Georgia, those kind of places. But we have just enough fish here, and they're just big enough to keep you going back trying to catch them. And I honestly feel like I'm gonna have to go back to doing some more finesse fishing, because they are slow on the bite still yet, which surprises me. did we miss him? No, we... Ah, man alive. Well, something's biting. Let's get back in there. It's kind of strange, though, if that was a bass, not to take it. He hit it 3 good times. But I'm sure, well, I guess it about had to be a bass. I'm sure if that was a bluegill, he'd have tore the tail right off of that little paddle tail. Need to break down and put a little depth finder in this boat because I literally have no idea. I know there's a drop off right over there, but you know, I don't know if it's 10 foot, 15 foot, 20 foot. I have no idea. It does look like they'd have to be a bass over in there though, doesn't it? Getting all kinds of little bumps. At this point, I'm wondering if I wouldn't be better off to throw on one of those Googan darts and just fish it by itself. Because I think they're just more after the whole fluke looking bait more than they are the spinner. Because what bites I've gotten so far this morning has been really slow. Not what you're commonly seeing with a spinner bait. I'm telling you folks, so that looks like right up in there and all these trees right here sticking up out of the water. That looks like about have to be some fish up in there. Let's bring it right by that. Try another cast or two up in there. Because we got hit up in there really good earlier. Get that grass off. Right, let's fix the camera view again. Don't tell me we're already snagged again. Dadgummit. Well, I guess we're going to back up over here. Try to retrieve our... Oh. Try to retrieve our spinnerbait yet again. Seems to be a going thing this morning. In this little lake, there is so much vegetation, so much brush and stuff at the bottom. It's hard to fish anything with an open hook. It really, really is. We are trying it though. Like I said, if you don't mind, make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you would be so kind. And if not, it's okay, I get it. This channel ain't for everybody. I get it. We're not as exciting as some of these big YouTube channels. Well, I can see it, so that means we can retrieve it. And there she is. Tell you what, folks, I got one of these Ever Starts. Like I said before, a fitting name would be Never Starts, from Walmart, and this battery is absolute garbage. It's almost dead, and we've only went about 250, 300 yards. So I guess we're gonna try to work our way back up in here where we normally fish. That'll work nice and slowly. We'll fish our way up in there, and then we will try to probably throw on something else, because like I said, we got a few bites and one crappie on this. We're surely not snagged again, are we? I believe we are. Yeah, that'd be probably our last cast on this spinnerbait this morning, because there is by far just too much stuff in the bottom at this place. We'll go back to some kind of finesse fishing, which is slow but typically productive. Yeah, that battery's already just throwing 5.9 volts. Get ready to throw us on a hook. And I'll have to check the weight of the, we might try one of these tubes. All right. We may, like I said, we may try some of these tubes. I don't know. They don't look like a route I would normally go, but you know what does. Yeah, as you can see, there's just too much grass for this right here. All right, we'll get ready to throw this on. We may try the tube. I mean, just to say we did. There's nothing wrong with that. Because you can't roll a bait out without trying it. Giving it an actual try. Can't just say it looks like it sucks and then, you know, go from there. I have, mind you, but a person really shouldn't. I see some weights in there. All right, or I thought I did. Yeah, I do. Sorry, we bumping the camera around like crazy, y'all. I can't believe that battery's already going to crap that quick. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I am. All right. And pop that off there. Sorry it's slow, you folks. Like I said earlier, we did catch a crappie out of a lake that I've always thought there was no crappie. Sorry to keep going on about it, but you know, you fish somewhere your entire life and you never catch a fish that would typically hit on most things bass hit on. And then you're out here one random fall morning. Well, I know it ain't officially fall, but boy, it sure does feels like it. But anyway, you're out here and then boom, you think you've hooked a, you know, smaller bass, but still get a decent one. And then you reel in a crappie that you've never caught out here in your life. You're like, tying on the hook. I didn't think it'd be something y'all wanted to bother watching me do. Considering I didn't wear my prescription glasses, which is smart. It makes this take a little longer. Trying to hurry here, folks. All right. Let me cut off a line tag here. All right. Let's see. Yeah, we've caught some bass. Today's been slow, but we have caught plenty of bass out of here. Sorry, I'm trying to read a few of the comments. All right, we're going to try one of these. Oops, sorry. We're going to try one of these Googan 3.5-inch dube tubes. Like I said, I've never used them. I'll assume you fish them like you would any other finesse bait. The one I'm getting thrown on is, God almighty, it's kind of big. The one we're throwing on is a 3.5-inch watermelon red color. And folks, I literally have no idea on these. I've never fished them. I'm gonna fish them the way I assume you'd fish about anything else. Sorry, I'm trying to come up with an idea of how to hook these. I guess we're gonna go this route. Looks plausible. I will say these things feel mighty, mighty thin. Not exactly sure it's how you're supposed to hook them, but that's how we're hooking them. Well, like I said, ain't gonna roll nothing out until we've tried it. Well, the castability ain't the best on them, but hey, why not? We'll give her a try. We might be onto something good with them. They might be junk. Only thing that worries me about them is I've not heard a lot of people fishing them, so take it as you will. I don't know. All right, we're gonna give her a second to kind of sink to the bottom. I may should have went with a smaller one, I don't know. Never really fished tubes, to be honest with you. All right, let's cast up in here. Honestly, I'm not digging it. I mean, I figured the little fins on it would spread out. Yeah, they're not connected. Just making sure, you know. All right, that's a really good cast right there. Sorry, it's boring, folks. We're trying out new bait. We'll give this a few casts, and if we don't get nowhere with that, we'll probably throw back on either we'll probably throw on something that's either fluke-like or maybe a mondo worm, because they do tend to like those, or perhaps even some kind of a creature bait. Because I don't know. Have you ever used the Googan dube tubes? If so, let us know. I'd say you'd fish them similar to Ned rigs or something, because the little tentacles on them ain't moving enough for to use it as a swim bait by any means. I'm trying to give anything a fair share, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm not really digging these. It's literally not, I mean, I figured the little tentacles would like flare out on it or something, but they're literally not doing nothing. Could be the color. I don't know. I don't know, folks. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm not really digging it. Let's switch her up here. We're gonna find us a Mondorm Junior. That color works for me. Has some purple in it. I tell you what, the trench hogs that are blue and purple are completely awesome in this location, but I run out of them, and haven't came across anywhere to pick up any more just yet. Because Googan stuff's so hit and miss. It's the brand everybody loves to hate, and I mean, I get it. But at the same time, if something works, I ain't gonna bash it. And like I said, thus far, that tube's been the only questionable bait I've gotten from Googan. But you know, I ain't gonna tell you I'm a professional tube fisherman, because I don't think I've ever even used them. With my location, I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen anybody using them. I'd say it's a really popular bait up north. Luckily, I brought us a backup battery, as I've learned to do. Thank you, EverStart, for teaching me to always have a backup battery. I use trench hogs and I use Kraken crawls on my jig. I absolutely love the trench hogs. If you ain't never tried them, you gotta give them a go. I mean, especially during the summer and early spring. To me, they are a king of finesse fishing. They really are. I got some still in here, but it's not the color I like to use here. There's something freaky about just, they love purple here. And all the ones I've got are just straight up green, which, you know, in theory will work. But it's just like it's a Mondorm I'm throwing. It's got a little purple hue to it, I guess you would say. And I've caught them out here like crazy on them. Just as long as you got some kind of purple. I'm surprised we even caught that crappie, to be honest with you, because this is a real tedious little lake. And like I said, it just rained last night, which has brought down the water temperature some. According to the weatherman, the pressure is supposed to be a little bit lower today, so normally it's what you get right before the rain. You have that pressure drop, and then the bass will start feeding. And unfortunately, I kind of missed out on that one. Man, this grass, I'm telling you, it's so. And it's like, I've got my bait set up. It's Texas rig, and it's actually not the hook point, of course, because it's in the, you know, it's skin hook hooking it. It's literally just the bullet weight. And I mean, the grass is so thick here, the bullet weight is actually hanging up in the grass. It's one of the reasons I've not been fishing up in this end very much. There's plenty of bass, but literally from about 10 foot from my boat here all the way up, it is so thick in grass, like I'm actually seeing it now. And it gets to the point you can't fish anything, but ironically, it's like it gets thick enough the fish don't actually like it either. And where it's shallower on this end, I mean, it's completely covered. I mean, I don't know if y'all can see that. I mean, completely underneath it. I mean, my propeller is chopping up grass right now. And normally you get over here from about the midpoint over past this tree, it's in the water right here. And it's just deep enough that the grass will kind of chill out and you can actually fish it. And that's what we're about to start working on. We'll fish our way back out this whole bank out through here. And I mean, this is it's a fairly good sized lake. It's amazing the size of it, considering that almost nobody knows it's here. And there are some good fish here. I got one 5-pounder just like right, it's about 15, 20 foot left of this tree over here one day. And literally barely even got him, because he had that typical tiny bass bite of feeling like a machine gun, just tat, 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 tat. And I'm like, well, barely even set the hook, and it was on a 5-inch green pumpkin Cinco. But boy, he was a big one now. You know, and out of a smaller lake like this, a 5-pound bass is, well, massive. Yeah, okay. This line's about time to change it. So I figured the bite would be slow, I really did. Honestly, I didn't think it would be this slow, but I did think it would be slow. But hey, we caught a crappie. Yeah, man, this rain's really put a hurting on me. Well, I wouldn't have minded it so bad if I could got my lazy behind out here before it rained yesterday, but this lake here, I mean, it's if you've ever fished here, it's notorious for the slow bite, and finesse fishing's the way you normally catch them out of here. I mean, you'll have your random days where folks come in here and will kill it with a spinner bait, and they're far and few between, but I mean, it does happen. And if you don't mind, like I said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You won't get any emails from me wanting me to have you buy something. And like I said, I ain't no professional fisherman, but if I'm using something that's in your tackle box and you see it working, well, hey, there you go. Oh, no. Man alive. Well, we just got our first bite on this. I should have just ripped the hook, but I didn't. It was hard to tell. At first I thought it was snagged, then I felt him pull back. Let's see if we can get him to bite again. I highly doubt it, but I'm gonna try anything. He didn't feel massive, so at least I can tell myself that much, right? Let's get turned around here. John boat. You gotta be careful. You're gonna be in the water. There's a bite. It really feels bluegill-like, I'll be honest with you. I guess if I reel it in, the tail's gone, then we know what it was. Tail's on there. We'll keep going back. We'll either catch him or we won't, right, folks? Positive side is we do have something biting now. If he bites again like that, I'm probably just going to rip the hook, and either I'm going to catch him or I'm going to get slapped in the face with my own hook. Could be either or, really. Although I will say, though, if it's a bluegill, they normally bite the tails off. If you use Googan, you know how soft the plastic is. So if it's bluegill, they normally bite the tail off, the twirl tail. Well, there's something big in the woods. Maybe it's Sasquatch. All right, I can't help it. I gotta try one more cast. Then we'll start working our way on up the bank. There is like a square little, looks like you started a log cabin and didn't finish it around this tree right here. It's kind of crazy. On a sunny day, you can see it. I'd say the water depth there is 8 to 10 foot. Guess he's decided he did not want it. We'll just start fishing the bank out. Normally how I tend to catch most of my fish here anyways doing this. Try to straighten the boat back up. And if we don't catch nothing else, at least I know now that there's actually crappie in my lake. They're just hard as crap to catch, apparently. Not when I say my lake, my local lake. It's not my lake per se. Well, folks, I'm hoping this don't end up being a bore for you. We'll keep fishing. I'll keep recording. I just hope I ain't keeping y'all bored. I mean, but it is fishing, not catching, right? I figured this weather change would really shake it up. I was hoping in more of a positive way, but hey, it is what it is. And I'd love to be throwing that spinnerbait. Like I said earlier, there's just so much. I mean, like this tree right here. I mean, everywhere you look, there is something in the water. And it's hard to fish anything with an open hook. There's one. Oh, no, please don't. Oh, no. Dadgummit. Well, I was right. They are biting slow. That felt like a good one. I actually thought I was snagged. Dadgummit. And I know I won't get him to bite again, but I'm going to cast back over in there. He was literally just up under the corner of this tree. Like I said, I knew good and well I was snagged. Obviously not, but yeah, I thought I was snagged. And then when I pulled the limb, started swimming away, I'm like, what? So they are biting. They're just 100% going to be all hemmed up and cover, and they're going to bite super duper slow. It's my own fault for being surprised by that. We're going to do the typical, I'm going to tell myself he was small. That way I don't feel so bad for him getting off. In theory, he could have been a small fish pulling me up underneath the limb. So even though he set the drag off, he could still have been small. And if you're still here, God bless you. Because all you've got to see me do is miss one or two now, get a handful of bites, and you got to see me throw a crappie back. So, I mean, not exactly full of excitement this morning. Have to wipe my eyes. No, I'm not crying on account of the fish, although I should be. Fall allergies are kicking already. All right, I'll try one more cast up in there, and then I'll give up and move on. That felt like a really, really good fish, though, I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, though, he didn't run with it or nothing. He was just holding it, and when I went to bump the line, thought I was snagging on one of these limbs. And like I said, the limb started swimming on me. Of course, you know, bass fishing 101 tell you to fish this fish cover, so. All right, let's see if there isn't one up in here on that side. You got two trees crossing, so you never know. Might be the place to be. I ain't gonna lie though, that one I just missed, man, he felt like it. Well, I guess technically I didn't miss him, I just didn't hook him good enough. He was on there just long enough to get to feel him. Like I said, we're just throwing a Googan Mondo worm. Guess well, as much as I hate doing it because I know I'm gonna lose hooks, I guess we're just gonna fish the heavy cover. Which, you know, with cooler temperatures, it makes sense. Why not? Got us another tree right in here. We'll fish alongside him. As you can see, he's right on the edge of the water there. getting a little bit of action. He bumped it quite a few times. All right, considering we never actually set the hook on him, we're gonna go back in there again. I mean, if you get bumped, you don't actually hook them. I mean, there ain't no reason they won't bite again. But like that one up there that actually had a hook set on him, got to feel him, he's not, he won't hit again. I don't know, like I got that hard to get a hook set on them today. They're just kind of bumping at it. I mean, we'll eventually get one to make a mistake. Anybody on here, if you don't care, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Because believe it or not, we actually catch fish on this channel sometimes. We're fishing a good spot. It's just they're biting really slow this morning. Oh, hits the camera. Which is by no means any surprise. Really makes me sick about that one I missed up here though. That felt like a really good fish. Like I said, we're just using, in case you just got with us, just a Googan Mondo worm. Can't get much closer than that, can I? I think we got this one. He's got us snagged up, but we'll try again. I'm hoping I can keep enough tension on him. There he comes. Finally. Finally. So they are biting, just extremely slowly. Oh, sorry. You, my friend, are a little not your spot. So finally, we're catching fish again. Like I said, they're biting slow, but they are biting. Like I said, he's nothing huge, but he is a fish. And we'll get ready to throw him right back in there and see if we can't catch us another one. Like I said, they're biting on these Googan mondo worms. You know, good fish. We'll get ready to throw him back in the water and see if we can't catch us something big enough to swallow him, even though he's not tiny by any means. He's a spot. All right, let's get him back in the water. Don't want to keep him out too for long. Thank you, buddy. Wash the hands out. All right. Church hogs towards the side after brush hogs. Thank God this can heal. I think I can. Sorry, I was trying to read some of these comments. Dadgummit. Allergy season. Gotta love it. All right, we'll try a cast wrap in there. He made us work for it, folks. Yeah, buddy, I feel you on that. Can't get nothing to fit up. Can't get nothing to commit to the bite. Like I said, though, on these mondo worms, I mean, it's really hit and miss on how the fish are going to bite. But, I mean, they're always going to bite them. But you never know if it's going to be one of those days where they just want to slap at them or if they're actually going to engulp them. And today they're slapping at them. And they're all the fish are in heavy cover, so it seems. Like I literally had to drag him out from this tree right here. Sorry, yeah, right here. But we finally got him right. Now the one, like I said, we caught this fish I just threw back off that tree. But we hooked a good one off of this tree right here. Man, wish I hadn't let that one get off. That was a good fish. Oh, dadgum, these allergies, folks. Let me try to reposition the boat a little bit. Luckily, we do have a lot of water we can fish here. Guess we're gonna work our way up underneath this tree over here, try to get a cast or two up under that bush. Just like that. Because we got another tree that's going right through here. I'm sure you can see it. I can't really see it on my phone, but I'm sure y'all can see it. And as I'm fishing these trees and whatnot, I'm going ahead and checking out the next ones that I'll be casting into. which, I'm seeing quite a few. I've got one here, another one here, and it's unreal how much stuff's up here, as long as the grass hasn't overtaken all that. Looks like it would be the place to be. Could be wrong. Luckily, the fog's slowly starting to lift. We'll fish those reeds right here too, because I see a few of them moving and none of the others are, so. Let's go ahead and put one up in there because those reeds are moving an awful lot right there. We only got 3 or 4 out of 1,000 over it's moving. Kind of can't help but wonder if there may not be a fish in it. It's amazing I have this entire lake to myself this morning. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Wasn't very good cast. I need to be about 5 or 6 foot farther out there, but hey, whatever. Let's try to put one right here on top of this tree. Yeah, there we go. That way I can bump it right across it. Try and catch just a few bass. Really ain't no water even deep enough to bother with right there. We shall try it. Work our way on it through here. Go ahead and put that trolling motor on low. I know we got some fishable water right around this little point right here. Yeah, the grass is so thick right there. I don't see us really fishing. I see us more as pulling grass off our line. Yeah, I don't know if y'all can see that or not. This grass is so thick down here. I'm for the most part not seeing any fish in it either, so we'll work our way on around. We keep on fishing some of these trees. Or any kind of real structure we can find. I hate fooling with just this grass. You'll be constantly digging it out of your trolling motor prop and what have you. Might as well throw a cast in that direction as we're going, right? Might be too much grass right there, too. You're just getting in here with us. Good morning. We're still trying to catch us a few more fish. So far, we've just caught one bass and one crappie, but it's still early. So we'll keep it going. Now we're looking like we're getting somewhere now. So when you least expect it's when you catch a good sized bass, it seems. The water looks kind of good out in the middle there. We'll throw a cast right in there and be letting her sink as we roll up in here. But yeah, if you ain't never seen us before, like, share, and subscribe. We do these little live videos. I have nothing wrong with doing pre-film videos, but I ain't hiding nothing. I think y'all should see when we're not catching nothing as well. Because everybody has crap days fishing. I'm just not going to hide it. Like I said, it's 59 degrees out, I believe it is. We're throwing a green and purple Googan Mondo worm. Like I said, we just caught a bass a minute ago. We've caught one crappie this morning. And we're seeing if we can't get anything else to bite. As we're discovering, it being cold this morning, that they're staying in tight on cover and they're biting slow as can be. But, you know, I kind of expected that. Felt like we got bumped right then. They're biting so hard, so slow that it's hard to tell if you're snagged or if you're getting a fish. I want to try to get me another cast or two back up in that tree over there, because I mean, it just looks like there has to be something in there. Just like that. And I mean, as you can see, there's all kinds of cover up in there. Now, the trick of it's going to be not getting it snagged, and if we do catch something up in there, getting it out. Because that is some heavy cover up in there, y'all. But as I'm seeing today, it's like the worst place you could possibly cast seems to be where they're at. And as you can see here, I mean, there is no shortage of just trees and logs and whatnot, just junk in the water. I can see a couple of nice looking logs right in there. I'm just going to bounce over it. Hopefully right there, yeah. And hopefully we will find us something up in there. Like I said, we missed one earlier. Still kind of sick about it. He felt good, but I literally thought I was snagged, and like I said, the snag started swimming away on me. I'm like, well, and by that time he was gone. But as you, if you would be so kind as to like, share, subscribe, we are ever grateful for anybody who watches. Cast didn't hit where I wanted to, but we bumped it where it needed to be, so maybe we'll be all right. We'll keep working this thick junk and see what we can't pull off. Hopefully pull off some fish out of it, but you know, man, that grass is bad right there. This grass is really taking over. Like I say a million times a video, like, share, subscribe if you would, please. All right. Hopefully we'll get something else biting up in here. We're getting out of this real thick grass on the bottom I was talking about. Getting into hopefully some actual fishable water. There we go. Oh no. See, yet again, they're biting so slow you don't even know they're there. Let me throw another cast out there. Oh, sorry. Tried to set the hook too hard and messed up the camera. I mean, it's literally like they're just picking it up and holding it, not even trying to swim with it or nothing. You have no idea a fish is there. I don't know if they're just grabbing the tail of it and holding it or what. Because every time I get one that's holding it like that, it seems like I go to set the hook and nothing happens. I feel like I'm just yanking it out of their mouth. Set that drag a little tighter. Try to catch a few more fish this morning. They are biting slow, but they are biting. Like I said, we were using a green and purple Mondo worm, throwing it on a about a 3 or 4 out hook. Can't remember exactly. And using an 1/8 ounce weight, we're just bouncing off the bottom. Seems to work pretty good for us. But like I said, I mean, it's 59 degrees this morning. Had rain yesterday and the day before, actually, now that I think about it. So it's really slowed them down, but they are biting better than it was last time I was down here, because we was down here, it's a little less than a week ago. We couldn't get nothing to bite. But the only thing we'd had at that point was just temperature change. Didn't affect the water whatsoever. The water was still warm. Doing these videos live, I hope they don't suck for y'all. I see people doing it catfishing, and I don't know. I just figured bass fishing might be a little more easy to watch. For the simple fact, I mean, we're not just standing around. I mean, I can stand here and talk, but I mean, we're not just standing around waiting on something to bite. Well, we are, but you know what I mean. At least we're actually working a lure. Doesn't mean we're catching anything, but well, you know, we caught a crappie earlier, and we've caught one bass. Missed a really good one, and I've been kind of slow to the hook set on a few others. But you know, it's September. We're in a really good cold front, so I mean, if we catch anything, it's okay, right? Gotta stay positive. What kind of bait caster? This is a Shimano SLX DC. Sorry, I'm not trying to ignore people's comments. It's kind of hard to see them on this phone. Well, it's not kind of, it is hard to see them. Yeah, we're throwing a bottom rig. And we are fishing in about, right here, it's, you know, it's literally nothing on the bank over there to probably about 10 foot where the boat's at. anybody who's watching, use to be so kind as to like, share, and subscribe. We really, really appreciate it. If you don't want to watch us, then don't subscribe. It's fine. It's totally up to you, right? Although to subscribe doesn't cost you anything, and it's the cool thing to do. Yeah, I'm not necessarily good at fishing. I don't fish tournaments. Probably should, though. It would be cool. I'm just out here trying out baits and stuff. And if they work, I'll let you know what I'm using. And it won't be a lie because these videos are live, so you'll see it's actually working or not. But I will say, anything you can catch fish on today, it's gonna be kind of hard. Because had we beat the rain out here, I'd say we'd be killing it, but we didn't. Sorry, fall allergies, people. But we didn't beat the rain out here, so now we're fishing in the post front. It is beautiful out here, though. I mean, hey, you're a winner. If you just get out and go fishing, it don't matter if you do good or not. Just getting out's a good thing. Like I said, we're just doing a Googan Mondo worm with the 1/8 ounce bullet weight, just something to make it sink a little. Probably 4/0 hook, I think it was. And we are fishing, water temperature I'm guessing is around 70, 72. Air temperature is 59, could be 60 by now. And you can literally see the rig we're throwing here. Which I'm glad I'm showing you the rig because I need to adjust my hook. It's just a black, well, if I could, yeah, here we go. It's just a black bullet weight Texas rig. It's a green and purple Mondo worm, simple. I mean, it doesn't get no more basic than this. Do need to fix that hook though. Slide him up a little farther. Yeah, I know, that worm's seen better days already. But they'll still bite it. If I was worried about swimming action, I'd go ahead and switch it out, but I'm not. All right. Back into it. Getting a little farther away from the bank than what I was wanting to. Still been an eventful day though, right? Lost a good one, caught a small one, caught a crappie when I didn't think there was any in this lake. And if you go back and watch this video later, you'll see that we found a big dead beaver floating in the lake, which surprised me. Honestly, I'm gonna think somebody got mad at it and like shot it or something, because they will come up by your boat and scare the living snot out of you, because they'll get up, they'll slap their tail right beside your boat, and man, those things there, they can make a racket when they slap their tail. So I guess he's scared the wrong one, because I've never seen beavers just floating around in here and died of natural causes. I mean, I'm sure it happens, but I'm assuming somebody shot him or something. They will scare the ever-living life out of you, though, when they come up beside your boat, because they'll just barely come up beside the boat and they'll slam that tail against the water, and my God, it's loud. But anybody's watching, if you would, like, share, and subscribe. We really, really appreciate it. As always, we're looking for every subscriber we can get. I mean, I got just over 100 subscribers, and I've been doing this for a while, so I ain't making no living at it, or trying to make a living at it by any means. I just figure if people's watching them, we'll keep doing them. So, makes you happy when somebody subscribes and likes your video. I feel like I've got me a bunch of grass this time. No, I guess it came off. We'll fix that worm again. We will. Try and get another fish or two out of it before I swap it out. Googan makes really good baits, but they're so soft that they don't last very long. But I guess that's probably why you catch so many fish on them, though, I would imagine. They feel lifelike where they're so soft. Seems to give you a few more seconds to set a hook when you get a bite. We may end up having to change this worm out, though, because he's about ripped in half. Let's go ahead and give it a little. We're just fishing all of the cover we can. It's a slow process, I will say that. As you can see, we got yet another tree under the water right up there. I think, yeah, right there. Swing it around this tree a little bit. I hope this camera work doesn't suck too bad. I need a foot control trolling motor, I really do. Can't help but think, you would believe there'd be something underneath this fallen tree right there. Let me go ahead and pull that little line. Hopefully I'm not boring y'all to death. We always intend to entertain you. May not work out that way, but we are trying. Why do I keep saying we? I'm the only person out here. I'm taping it myself, and I'm the only one fishing in this boat. I'll count you all. Now I can say we because you all are out here with me fishing. Which in theory, I guess if anybody ever was to like murder me out fishing, I have witnesses, right? Sorry. Not very funny, but kind of is, I guess. All right. Here we go. That looks like, it'd be something up in that area. Could be wrong. Sorry, let me try to look down, notice that the camera's trying to focus in on my hands instead of out there. that sucks. Apparently it's starting to rain a little bit. I have absolutely no rain gear. But luckily it looks like it quit about as fast as it started. Some really biggy fish in here today. Anybody who's still watching, we sure do appreciate y'all. Like, share, and subscribe if you would. I know it looks like that up in there would be a killer spot, but I assure you it's not. We're gonna work our way on up and around here and see if we can't find something. Probably around these reeds and up underneath those overhanging bushes. You never know. But if you'd be so kind as to like, share, and subscribe, we appreciate you. And if you don't want to, well, we get it. I don't know if we can make it. No, we're way short of where I want to land, but it's okay. You never know when you're going to find that one random bass. Yeah, and this is a electric trolling motor only lake, so that's why I don't have an actual outboard on this little John boat, and that's why we're moving along so slowly. But at the same time, it gives you all the time in the world to fish every little nook and cranny going up through here. Alright, we're getting close enough to start casting back over by the bank now. anybody that's actually stayed with us watching this long. We appreciate you. Try and get all the fishing we can before the end of the year. Winter bass fishing does not seem to happen here. Well, anything worth bothering with, to be honest. Right there we have reeds and we have a lay down in the water. So you about have to try to fish that, don't you? Still amazed I caught a crappie out of this lake, though. Like I said, 20-something years I've fished here, and not one time have I ever caught a crappie out of here. Then goofing around on a spinnerbait, and then there you have it. I swear if it hadn't been for all the junk in the water here, I'd have left that spinnerbait on a while. Especially it being so overcast today. Well, looks like the beavers have been hard at it. If I had a better color, I'd be digging them trench hogs out and throwing on here. I'm going to try to fish your way up one side and back down the other. If this is your first time watching us, like, share, and subscribe if you would. We really appreciate it. There's a couple logs in the water over there. If it seems like we're throwing random casts, then it's because we are. I don't really know anything about what's on the bottom on this side of the lake. So we're just kind of fishing it blindly, if you would. I can tell the water's a lot deeper on this side. There's one. Decent one at that. Come here, big guy. Well, biggest thing we've caught today. Ouch. Decent fish, decent fish. He's gonna be one of them I have to use the pliers on too. Now if I can just find what I did with him. Bear with me, folks. I'm going to sit down so I don't fall out of the boat. Like I said, they are hitting, but they are hitting so slow. It's not even funny. You're going to cost me a mondo worm is what you're going to do. So I can get this hook out of you, feller. Always up through the gill. And pop out. There we go. Oh. Well, you just engulfed that one, didn't you? You hooked me too. Can't see what I'm doing for the camera. Finally. Now let me try to work this off. You can take a fish that got hooked every time. Ow, dadgummit. Fish that's got hooked every time. And you bring that line out the gill, then reach up in there and you can turn the hook to where you're coming straight out with it. You can take a gut hook fish and he will be just fine. And as for proof, let me wash slime off my hands before I grab my hoodie, because then my hoodie's gonna stink. All right, and just like that, he was gut hooked. Now watch, folks. Good fish. And away he goes. Catch you again later, buddy. Whoa. All right, I say it's officially time for us to put on a new mondo worm. He's a good solid fish. Like I said, we're just using a mondo worm junior. It's of course it don't say the color on it. But anyway, it's literally just a green and purple. The purple here, for some reason, I have no idea. But the fish are absolutely nuts about purple. Yeah, he destroyed that one. So pumpkin green and purple are your two colors here. And that's what I always do, by far the best on. And we're just going to rig him up on a simple Texas rig. Just like so. Just like that right there. Gonna skin hook him just a hair. And we're using this 1/8 ounce bullet weight here. Just something to kind of get us on the bottom so we can bounce it. Oh, and then we're gonna see if we can't catch us another one. Preferably bigger than he was, I hope. All right, we caught him right off that, so we're gonna throw us a cast or two right here. So they are biting. Trying to get that fish smell off my hands, because I may have to go somewhere when I leave from here, huh? And I don't care the fact they're biting slow as long as they're biting right. So on a day I debated on staying home. I'm glad I didn't. Only thing I regret about this day is that we missed that one off that tree over here on the other side of the lake, which felt like a good one. He wasn't no shabby bass at all, though. All right, we're right up underneath these overhanging brush, and you can see there's a little tree stump or whatever sticking out right there. You would have thought for sure there'd been a fish up in that. I would. Of course, I've always said if I was a bass, I'd been the first one caught. Should hear about those reeds. Looks like it'd be a good spot. In case I don't know if I put it on here or not, we're in South Kentucky. We're in the middle of a good cold front. Had rain for the past couple days, so we're kind of on the post weather front, which normally would hurt you on fishing, but I mean, we're not killing it, but we're catching fish. I guess a lot of people assume there won't be nothing biting today either because I'm the only person in the whole lake, which is fine with me. You're all here, so. And since you're all here, if you don't mind, like, share, and subscribe. I know you're probably sick of hearing me say that if you've been with me all morning. But if you've been with me, you got to see 2 bass, see me miss a good one. You got to see a dead beaver, so I mean, it's been an interesting morning. Not exactly sure if I shot the beaver or what, because he swelled up and I ain't getting around him because he is really swollen. But I'm assuming somebody's probably shot him. Because I don't think beavers go out in the water to die. They might, I don't know. I just know I fished over here my whole life and I ain't never saw a dead beaver floating in the water. Looks like some good thick junk right in there. Like I said, I assume beaver's got too close to somebody and slapped his tail, because this swim right beside the boat here and slapped their tail real loud. It about scared the life out of you. Guess he's done it to the wrong one. Like I said, I mean, I'm not sure when beaver season is, but I assume if you're out hunting beaver, you wouldn't be shooting them, leaving them laying or floating. Yeah, anytime you see me laying over, it's me turning on my trolling motor. Because most people smart enough to have a foot control unit. I'm not. Like I said, we're using a Googan Mondo worm junior, which is still, still like a 7¼ inch worm. Not small by any means. 1/8 ounce bullet weight. We're using a Shimano SLX DC reel and a Fenwick HMG 7-foot medium heavy action pole. You know, if you really care about all that. I don't. Now we're just trying to keep the fish biting. It's officially 10 a.m. We are still going. Let's go ahead and turn the motor back on. We are in southeast Kentucky. And y'all should really like, share, and subscribe. If you would be so kind. About overshot that one, didn't we? We still got plenty of good cover to fish up there, though. We can go up and around the end and come back out. What was that? Dadgummit. We had us another fish. Like I said, never felt a bite. Just start reeling and feel it pull back slowly. Which tells me he probably had the tail, because with that Komatsu hook, I'd imagine it would have hooked him. If you would, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And if he bit the tail and didn't get none of that hook, there's a chance he might bite that again. Once you really start laying in on these hook sets. Because there's been no shortage of missed fish on my part this morning. Looks like the beavers had them a little something going on there, huh? Man alive. Something just slapped over there really good. All right, I'm gonna try trying to go beside this tree without snagging on it. Yet again, like, share, subscribe, fishing with sticks. Looks like we finally got some other people. I'm not the only one on the lake now. Finally getting a little bit of company, I guess. We'll continue fishing up around these reeds. Luckily, with the lake being so still this morning, though, you can about just bump the trolling motor and ride it out for a ways. I don't know if anybody else has been doing any fishing here lately or not. So, how you been doing? Burning it up, I hope. I mean, we went straight from dog days of summer into this cold front that's been lingering around for, I don't know, a week and a half. It's been a while now. It's essentially weather changed overnight for us. Wow, I really would have thought there'd been something there. I honestly think the sun comes out, it'll hurt us more than it helps us. I don't know if there's a fish or a limb falling in a tree, or falling in the water. Yeah, ain't want the sun, man. Afraid I heard her bite. Try not to miss no fish, but that sun comes out this side over here. Normally it isn't very productive at all. We got some fish, folks. Another decent one. Hang on, buddy. Just calm yourself down. Yeah, he's nothing huge. He's a decent fish, right? We'll take him. Nice, healthy fish. Solid as a rock he is. All right, we'll throw him back in. We'll see if we can't get another one. Thanks, bud. You can tell when he hit the water, he's solid. Of course, most of the bass you catch out of here are. Let me try to back the boat up. All right, so we just got through throwing another one back. So that puts us at about, I think it was 3 bass. Yeah, 3 bass so far. But I mean, I will say everyone we caught's been nice, solid fish. Then we caught the one crappie. I'm gonna try this another cast somewhere. I felt like I got a good little bump. We got a bump. He might have moved on us though. Yet again, if you're still with us, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We'll keep on trying to make these live videos because I want you to see when the fishing's good and I want you to see when it's bad. We're out here bass fishing this morning. If you would, like, share, and subscribe. That way we know people's actually watching it. Been a pretty good day so far. I think we're at 3 bass now and 1 crappie, which crappie was completely accidental. I'd say we're finally up to about 62, 63 degrees out here. Got a water temperature, I'd say, flirting with about 70. We are throwing a Googan Mondo worm with the 1/8 ounce bullet weight on it. Just something to get it down, but to get it down slowly. We're fishing the reeds and any kind of cover we can find. still with us, we appreciate it. We ain't pro anglers, but we do our best. Now, as we get up in here, we run into that deal again where the water gets so shallow you can't really do nothing. All right, so going back out, we'll get to fish the shade now, which is kind of what I was hoping for. The wind will be at her back again, which was also what I was hoping for. Because fish don't have eyelids nor sunglasses, so they will try to stay in the shade as best they can. And we got one. We had another one actually swim up here with him. All right, folks. So that puts us about 4 thus far for the morning. Yet again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And as always, take your time, because it's never smart to leave fish to find fish, I say. Plus, we know that there is fish in here. Like I said, we saw one swim in with that one as we was reeling him in. Yes, no. Righty, folks. Count's rising good on us now. Get him back in there. So I guess we're finding where they're hiding. We'll try throwing some more cast up in there until we ain't getting nowhere with it, and then we'll start rolling on down. But yet again, if y'all would, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Fishing with sticks. Like I said, we're throwing a Mondo worm, 1/8 ounce weight, like 4/0 hook. And we're just bouncing in the shaded areas here. Hang on. I get a little bit of fish slime off my hands. Like I said, I think it's, I can't remember if it's 4 or 5 bass and 1 crappie. So we do have them biting. Now we just gotta keep them biting. There's another one. That's a good one, folks. That's a real good one. He's about weighable size. That's a healthy bass right there, everybody. I think we'll try and get a weight on him. I can find what I did with the scale. There it is.